I just want to talk about, I got into this 4 years ago, and I actually have bought 4 policies on my husband. I mean, I have some on me and my kids as well, but I'm just saying I have 4 actually on him. And we consider them to be like a tax-free trust. And I have 1.4 million in death benefit. 2 of them are term policies, and 2 of them are whole life. So I'm going to talk about how that has benefited us, how taking the loans have benefited us, how convertible term is benefiting us, waiver of premium rider has been awesome, and the accelerated death benefit rider. All of these things have helped us during this situation. Now, there is a warning here. If you don't like seeing photos of like grossly ill people, turn your head away, and I'll tell you when the next 5 slides is completed. And I'm not going to go into them much, but it's kind of showing you where my husband came from and where he has gotten to. It's kind of a series. So, okay, he had 1 round of chemo. They wanted him to do 6, but this is what he looked like after 1 round on October 2nd. He became allergic to that chemo, and a couple of days later, his entire body was a rash. They wanted him to continue doing chemo. That was their only solution. But you can see here his body was peeling. Every part, his entire body peeled about 4 or 5 layers of skin. And he would not have made it if, I'll go into that some other time. Anyway, he was in this condition when they sent him home to me and for me to look after at home. This is 2 days after he got home, and this is a month later. So because we had those 4 policies and 1.4 million of death benefit, I can tell you, I'm going to cry, that I felt we both felt so free with our emotions because we didn't have to worry about anything to do with that. And it allowed us to only put all of our energy into helping him get well. And I want you to see the results of that. This is what he looked like a couple of days ago, and it's just the relief of not having to worry about money has been fantastic. We didn't have enough money for living expenses for the year, so I actually used up all our cash value, but I left about $12,000 in there to pay for all the premiums. We had about $44,000 worth of premium, but I just put money from one policy to the other. I paid off loans in one policy, and then I told the company, just take a loan for my premium. And then once that was paid, I took that money out, put it into another policy, and said, just take a loan for my premium. And I did that actually with 5 different policies, because one of them was my son's, 2 were mine and 2 were my husband's. And I also was able to take more loans from the cash generated from those to pay for the 2 premiums on the term policies. Now, my husband's uninsurable now, but I can still convert the 2 term policies into whole life policies. I have 9 years to be able to do that. And that will create another $800,000 of a trust for our family over that period of time. And maybe during that time, if I can't do it, the kids will want to invest because they'll get the concept a bit better or whatever. But we have this, we just have this stability and tax-free trust that we can utilize over the next 9 years, which would then last forever instead of, ending because it's their term policies. I also had bought waiver of premium riders for the 2 whole life policies. So I was paying, one company allowed me to buy the waiver on the base and the paid-up edition portion of the premium. So we were paying $770 a year so we could protect being able to pay this $12,075 of premium every year. And on the other policy with a different company, we paid $448 in waiver of premium to protect the base of 8148. They wouldn't allow us to cover the PUA. So I called both the companies, and basically they said, because of this, they're going to credit, they're going to send me checks for $20,000 to cover, because I had this waiver of premium rider. And even though I was only using $12,000 to pay for all of these different policies of $44,000, they don't know where the money came from to pay them. And so they're just going to send me $8,148 and $12,075 once all the paperwork's through. So I'll be able to repay those loans and have more money if necessary for my husband's health. This is just and I copied this offline, and so it shows a 5-year waiver of premium for the base and for the paid-up edition. So I also, so that $20,000 they're giving back to me actually also paid for $47,200 worth of premium. So my premiums, it's just awesome how it all works. And then one of the policies has an accelerated death benefit rider, the other doesn't, because Mutual Trust doesn't do business in New York, and so I had to go to Pennsylvania or New Jersey to get the policy, and both of those states do not offer the accelerated death benefit rider, but Mass Mutual does. So if we needed to, which thank goodness we didn't, but we still had the opportunity of using up a percentage of the death benefit to, if he was stayed terminally ill, which thank goodness he didn't. But still, it's another way of making an easy and restful night's sleep and everyone should make sure that they click the box on an application for every client, because if you don't click the box on some companies, then that means you don't want that. So you should make sure that all your applications, if they have that box, that you check it, because it's a free rider.